Hello again, the weekend's with us and it's time for another Football Spice. Sam Allardyce has got his mobile on. Roy Keane's dog Triggs, the most walked dog in the world, has got his trainers on. And Niall Quinn's got a job on because he's now got to find a new manager good enough to keep Sunderland out of relegation trouble. The Daily Mirror's North East correspondent Simon Bird told you yesterday that Keane would be on his way, and so it proved even before lunchtime yesterday. Allardyce is now the favourite, while Keane is now the new Keegan after walking out at the first sign of trouble. Sunderland fans, who would you like to see at your club? Now, as for transfer news, it's my sad duty to report to you that the men in white coats are coming to take the Wigan boss, Steve Bruce, away. Here's his son. Bruce says that Emil Heskey, who's out of contract in the summer, can talk to other clubs from January the 1st, will not be leaving the clubs in January unless someone pays £10 million. Now, I actually thought Bruce lived up in the north of England and not on Fantasy Island, but there you go. Now, sticking with the sun, and I want you to take a look at this. Rafa Benitez at Liverpool is saying that £20 million striker Robbie Keane's not playing like the Keane we all know and love. But I flagged this story up to you because we at Football Spy have been made of a very strong rumour that Benitez would be willing to sell Keane in January if someone came in with a good enough bid. Now, personally, I would find that staggering, but that appears to be the rumour doing the round, so I want to know what you think. Would it be a scandal or good sense for Liverpool to cut their losses on Robbie Keane? Now, one other paper before we get to your messages, and in the Star, the West Ham left-back Harita Ilunga, he's had a right-o go at the club, insisting they're second-rate. Ilunga's saying here that he's only really ready to stick with West Ham until a decent club come in for him. Expect the bidding to start very soon indeed. We've made some inquiries and we hear that West Ham do see him as a very good prospect. Now, time for your emails. And McBlaze says, I think Arsenal need characters. They've got the quality, but they need a real leader. Is Fabregas really ready for the captaincy? He's got the respect, but I really doubt his leadership ability at his age. I disagree, McBlaze. I think he is ready. You've got to remember he's played over 250 games for Arsenal. Normally a player doesn't play that many games for a club until he's around about 25, 26. Also, Tony Adams and Terry Neal, if you remember, they were younger than Fabregas when they got the Arsenal captaincy. Just to be with us says, a great show yet again, Daz. If you ever need a co-presenter, I'm your man. Hayden Morrison says, I want Chelsea to buy Villa, Schneider and Agger this January. And Mohammed says, so good to have you back, Darren. I just watched the Villa v Zelina match. That was last night. We really need another striker. Harewood's not good enough. We also need another left winger. I think O'Neill should raid Celtic for Ada McGeady and possibly Mido or Fred to bolster our strike force. Kevin Doyle is not European quality. David Nugent, enough said. Now, back to the gossip, and the Express say that Fulham boss Roy Hodgson's been given £5 million to spend in January, but doesn't want to spend it. The Telegraph say that Reading keeper Marcus Hanneman is flattered in the interest being shown in him by Spurs and is up for a move. And the Independent say that Blackburn are facing up to the fact that they will have to sell Roque Santa Cruz in January. The Mirrors has Arsenal's Cesc Fabregas revealing he would like to play for AC Milan if he ever goes to Italy, since they share his winning mentality. Now, he's since come out and said his quotes have been misinterpreted, but hang on a minute. If you know there's a possibility of that, why come out and say it in the first place? Now, elsewhere in the Mirror, on our Football Spy page, the Inter Milan midfielder Suleiman Tari wants Michael Essien to join him at Jose Mourinho's table toppers. I wouldn't do it, Michael. I don't think Mourinho is going to be there after this season. And the Mail say that Robbie Fowler has rejected a move to League Two Grimsby. Do us all a favour and bore off, Robbie. You've had a good playing career. What more do you want? Now, big weekend of Premier League action, so I'm going to make some predictions. You know I like to have a go. Arsenal are at home to Wigan, and this is a match Arsenal need to win. Perhaps more than the game against Chelsea last weekend, because everyone reckons that it's the small teams they struggle against rather than the good ones. I take Arsenal to win 3-0. Blackburn-Liverpool is a huge match for both teams. Defeat will pile the pressure on Paul Ince, while defeat for Liverpool will cast huge doubt on their title credentials and raise even more questions about Keane. I think that might be a draw, 2-2. Man United against Sunderland, I can only see this one going one way. The last North East team to go to United without a manager was Newcastle. That finished 6-0. I think United are going to win 5-0. Everton against Villa is interesting. Everton have got just one fit striker in Victor Anichebe. Villa rested players for the midweek game in midweek. I think they'll solidify their top 4 place here with a win, 2-0 to Villa. Bolton, Chelsea. Scolari's finding it a bit tricky. I just wonder if there's an upset on the cards here. Bolton have won 4 of their last 5. They're in red-hot form. To be fair to Chelsea, their away record is the best in any division in 2008, but I think this might be the end for them. 2-1 to Bolton. West Brom against Pompey. Well, West Brom rubbish up front. Pompey, they can't stop leaking goals. Pompey to win in a goal fest 3-1. And Newcastle against Stoke. Well, joking is, men, they're just plodding along, really. Stoke far better at home than they are away. I'm going to go for Newcastle to win 2-0. As for the other games, Hull against Borough, well, Southgate's men are regaining confidence, so I think that might be 2 apiece. And Fulham, Man City, Hodgson's afraid to spend in January, maybe 1 to the Sky Blues. Anne's in the Football Spy office to update you over the weekend. Don't forget to check out our sister papers, the Sunday Mirror and the Sunday People, who will have lots of transfer rumours on Sunday. And also, if you go to the Football Spy blogs page, you'll find some bits of footage that Anne's managed to dig out on quite a few of the transfer targets that we've been talking about. So check that out. Address is at the bottom of the screen. And I'll see you on Monday.